Hello everybody and welcome. My name is John Kraus and I am a college student at Ferris State University in Big Rapids, Michigan, United States. I'm enrolled in the CIS Computer Information Systems program, and my instructor for this particular class and tutorial is Young Choi. The assignment is an extra credit assignment to use a web development tool called Drupal version 7 for my ISYS489 class extra credit project. This is a web development tool, and I'm going to particularly step you through two features, which are node references and relationships. This is the home page of Drupal with my management menus across the top because I'm logged in as an administrator. As I go through this exercise, Drupal uses some proprietary or some non-standard verbiage or language, and I'm going to attempt to relate it back to standard database language so that some of you might understand it a little better. We're going to go under structure here, and I've got a lot of the legwork already done. They call them content types. In the database world, we would call them tables. So we're going to go in here, and the first content type is home, which is just the home page, but the other two, computer type and user, are actually tables which contain fields. We're going to go into the computer type and we're going to look at manage fields and see what we have. The first field is called computer type, and that's actually a system generated field which we won't be using. The second two are type ID and type, and they were generated by me. You will notice that they are of the type text, and there is only two of them. The other content type of type table that we have is user. If we go in and look at the fields in user, it's very simple. Again, the first field is called user. It's a system field. We will not be using it. The second field is first name, and the third field is last name. We're going to add a field here, and we're going to call it comp type. We're going to give it a name of comp underscore type. This is actually the system name, and it needs to be lowercase with no spaces. Now this is where things differ. You will see the first and last fields are of type text. We're going to make this node reference, and the widget type we're going to do a select list. This node reference is what's actually going to link this table to the other table when we do our view or query later. We're going to do a save. And now it's going to say, because of the node reference type, this is the user field, what other content type or table do you want to reference? And we're going to say computer type. So we want the user content type has a field of type node reference to come over and extract data from the computer type content type. We're going to save these field settings. We're going to come down through here. We're going to look at everything. Looks good. We're going to hit save again, and we'll see that our field has been added here. Now we got to go. I already have some records set up, but we got to go and add this piece of information into the records. So records are called content in Drupal. We're going to come up and look, and we're going to see we have 6 pieces of content or records. 3 of type user and 3 of type computer type. The computer type will not need modified. If we look at one of them, we will notice that we have our ID field and our type. So again, if we go back to content, we're going to be modifying the users. We're going to edit this, and we're going to give Dave Davis a computer type of 1, and we're going to do a save. We're going to give our second user, who happens to be Sue Jones, a computer type of 3, and we're going to save. And we're going to give our third user, who is Joe Smith, a computer type of 2, and we're going to save. Alright, so now we have all of our information we need, our data in the fields, in the tables. We're going to come up and we're going to create a new piece of structure called a view. In the Drupal language, we would call it a query. So we're going to go to structure, views, and we're going to add a new view. We're going to give it a name of My Comp View. It will create a page of its own, and that page would be referenced from our home page with a subpage on the end of My Comp View. We're going to display this in table format, which would contain fields. We're going to create a menu link on our navigation menu in the home page so we can run the view or query, and we're going to continue and edit our view. Now you have to pardon me, sometimes you have to click on some of these items twice to get them to go, and you actually lose content and have to go back and redo it. Drupal's a little bit buggy right now, it's still in beta. So this is where we configure our view, which we just set up, and we need to add some fields. So what do we want to see in this view? Well, we want to see the user's first name and last name, and I'm going to scroll down through here. Got to go a little slow. This gets a little bit tough to find sometimes. And I see the node user, I see first name, I see the node user, I see last name, and the other field we're going to want to pull in comes out of the computer type. So let's find a node computer type. This is the primary key, type ID. That's what we're going to link to. And this is the field that we actually want to display, computer type. So we're going to add and configure these fields. And this is where it seems to like to hang up a lot and won't go when you click on it the first time, which it appears to be doing now. Alright, now I'm going to have to go back into structure again and see if my item took. Views, and it did not, so we're going to add a new view again here real quick. We're going to call it, let's call it view 7. Try something a little different here. Again, it's going to be a table. We're going to create a menu link. We're going to put it in the navigation menu. We're going to save and continue. And no need to worry here. I've done this a million times and it always works the second time through. So we're going to add a couple fields. We're going to take them out of a couple different nodes. Here's our user node starting to show up. There's first name, last name. And let's look for our computer type node now here and pull in the computer type. Add and configure the fields quick. There it goes. Second time's a charm. Alright, we're going to set the defaults for that label, which is first. We're going to accept the defaults for that label, which is last, and we're going to accept the defaults of that label. And you will see those fields added in here. Now we're going to go in and set these up and make them a little prettier. We're going to sort them. We're going to remove the first field, which was just a title, and we're going to sort our output by last name, first name, and computer type. And we're going to hit apply. So we have our three fields here, last, first, and type, and there is a reference down at the bottom here, kind of a preview. So now the trick is we're going to go over here to advanced, and this is where we link them together. We're going to go to relationships, and we're going to add a relationship in here. What we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we want to take the node or table user and we want to link that to the field computer type. So we're going to check that box. We're going to add and configure the relationships and just check apply. We're going to come back to the view, and the field that we want to link was type. So we're going to click on that to edit it, and we're going to come up to relationship and make it use the field comp type relationship and hit apply. We can come down and we can see these three users at the bottom in the preview pane. Everything's looking perfect. We're going to come up here, we're going to save this. If you remember earlier, we checked the box to put it in the navigation menu. So if we go back to our home page, in the navigation menu we should see our view or query at the bottom. It's called view 7. If we click on it, we should get our users with the type of computer they're using because of the node reference and the relationship. We also see the web page up at the end, view 7, that it concatenated onto the end of the string, and everything looks perfect. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope this demonstration of node references and relationships helps you out. Have a great day.